Yep.
So, last session, having returned to the imperial capital of Sirius, a group learned that the youngest child of their favorite inn had gone missing. Scrambling to find her, searched the all over the city, her garden, to find her in kind of the one of the more rundown areas of the city, captured by someone they learned that was from the uh, off-island, different continent empire of Holomeon, well, former, thinking that she was the imperial princess that had taken refuge in the capital. Upon dealing with some of the other people guarding her, as well as her father showing up and swiftly decapitating one of them with his fists, they took their leave. So we will now join back up with the group.
So hey, if I ever start or take over an empire, let's not. I'm not going to name it after me. That seems like I don't know, pretentious. Does that seem pretentious to you? What do you guys feel? What's the as he shows the note? What's the vibe in the room?
I mean, you could. I mean, if you wanted to like rephrase a title or something, as long as you're using it for good, not evil. I mean,
I mean, my point is, this man clearly is he's going to be a problem. I feel like if I ever have to meet him, I'm going to let him know before committing a war crime. That being silence is really assuring. Anyway, so now that's settled. I'm
Okay, everyone give me an Arcana check.
Actually, I can't say. I
I
can't say.
remember to open up my character sheet.
A moment. 22. That's actually a really good roll. I'll take those.
25.
13. Boom, boom.
Eric?
Oh, sorry, I'm looking for an Arcana check.
It's labeled Arcana. It should be.
Come on, there we go. That's 25.
Jesus.
Okay, so yeah, everyone but Mountain Blood. When you see the kind of half-headless man sitting down here, still twitching again with his body limp against the wall, notice some weird kind of holy energy emanating off basically his now missing skull cap.
What's everyone looking at?
We're all just looking straight over the body, and Bob was like, we're just looking at him. Because he's the one in front. Now, last I checked, bodies don't do that.
I don't see anything.
From what you can tell from that score, each of you, it's some residual thing from when Atlas attacked him.
Okay, so. Huh.
That's some punch.
And it was just one punch, too.
Punch man.
This is all just reassuring that mental note of, like, don't piss off Atlas, whatever you do.
For all that damage, he'd be a real good clan leader. I'd gladly follow him if he were to be a leader of some kind.
I think he was in the army some time ago.
If you wanted to go nomad, that'd be one way to do it.
Yeah, since you did remember that he was the leader of Tauros before Ingvar.
Did you ever actually check over his body and see if there's anything of note other than
No, no one investigated the body for anything.
I think we kind of ended it like right after.
Alright. Same second verse, same as the first. Let's investigate a dead body.
Investigating a body?
Yeah.
Peel them up. Everyone surround them. Start peeling them up.
Oh, hey, look at that.
Nice.
For that 20, 24.
Okay, so yeah, Victor, because this guy was obviously going on the food run. You see a bunch of. This guy has like 200 gold on him.
Yoink.
You find a couple of just generic swords on him, nothing special, just a couple long swords, dagger.
Longsword, dagger, stand. Money for food run. Hey, the company can use that.
And a note that
Yeah.
says basically it just lists the food, so it was obviously he was gone searching for food when he unfortunately ran into Atlas on his way back.
And that's most likely the guy that Victor assumes he saw earlier that he lost.
Same clothes, yeah. You can't tell because no face to equate it to, but from what you can tell, the similar clothes. Other than that, no notes or orders on him other than so.
Man, if only somebody had Speak with Dead. That's a shame.
If only.
Now, if anyone wants to give me a religion check about that radiant energy off of him.
I don't suppose I'd be entitled to that, would I?
Not
since
you,
I
because you
see it?
didn't get it with the Arcana check.
Yep. Okay.
Religion.
Just checking. Just checking.
Religion, alright. Let's see what Agnostic Boy over here
Hmm.
remembers from religion class. Nothing, exactly. 5.
Yeah, we got a whole bunch of sinners in this party, so bunch of heretics and heathens. We're not a very religious group.
Yeah, it's some kind
Wow.
of radiant energy of some kind. Not sure what could have produced it. Maybe he's a paladin, cleric of some kind.
I'm guessing
Maybe made a pact with the god. You can't tell. But there's something about that energy that seems different than any other radiant energy you've run into before. Can't quite place it.
I mean, Victor's just looking at it like, oh great, more god nonsense. Do I have to do I have to up the number of godliness I have to deal with on a daily basis? That's literally all that's going through his head.
So,
Anyway.
omnipotent voice. What time of day is it?
Mid-afternoon.
So I'm hungry. Anybody wants to go get something to eat?
Me. Not to mention feeling a little woozy yet from all the battles. Ugh.
Oh, before we go,
Hmm?
before we go, you're gonna kind of walk up to Lyric. I wanted to apologize about my little slip at the Mage College. I've just been taking some time to get my head back together.
She just pinches your cheek.
And then just gonna kind of walk up to Victor. Yes, as I was telling Lyric, I just trying to get my head back together. Of course I can teach you some magic. After all, who better to teach you than the founder of the Mage College? That's kind of why I founded the school in the first place.
Blood just kind of walks around Nildeyr, be like, well, your head looks pretty well attached. I don't see anything falling out.
Well, thank you for considering my offer. I do appreciate it.
Yeah,
It's mostly it's a lot. It's a like I said, I do know a bit of magic. It's the theory behind it that kind of escapes me.
definitely. Yeah,
We'll compare
yes.
notes.
I was in a weird headspace a few hours ago, just trying to get my thoughts together. But yeah, it shouldn't be an issue.
No problem. And I happen to be a pretty good I would be pretty good at history, so between me and Lyric, we should be able to fill you in on any questions you might have.
Yeah, but there are a lot of schools of magic out there. Some wonderful ones. You have evocation, you've got transmutation, abjuration, conjuration. So much to go through.
Yeah. Given my profession, usually I focus on evocation and abjuration.
Evocation, the magic of the elements themselves. Well, we should probably get going.
That's true. And then Rich just kind of claps down here. Yeah, let's go get something to eat. I am famished. Just leaves to the door.
So, thinking that Atlas probably still isn't going to have the inn open tonight, you're going to. You know that there is some food you can get at your guild house.
Yeah. Besides, we need to check into the guild house anyway. You know, make sure we've collected the last 2 jobs we've done and put notes in about what else that needs to be stocked here, especially for our other members.
Hmm.
So Victor will lead the way, and he of course will introduce the company quarters for his mercenary company.
Oh, it's been a while.
Ah, home sweet home. Well, not specifically my home, but more like a second home.
You see EX sitting at the table doing some paperwork, it looks like.
Hello.
Vader just comes in and gives like kind of a relaxed head salute, like, top of the afternoon. Afternoon, Rex. How's things been at the store?
Yeah, it's been good, it's been good. Got the payment from your last job taken care of now.
Vader would just take out his water skin, take a gulp out of it. That's good to hear, especially given everything. Hey, make sure pay is handed out appropriately for all parties involved. Speaking of which, do you have to hear anything about the family you brought in? Whether they've been whether the Legion heads have been the brigade heads, I should say. They've been taken care of.
Not that I have heard of yet. No.
Yeah, Za and his mother and grandmother. Yeah, just looked it up. But yeah, I'm sure we'll hear something soon enough.
They only got brought in today, so.
Oh, before I forget, EX, this is Nildeyr.
So, because you haven't seen this guy, you see a hobgoblin kind of stand up. You stand up, you see he kind of puts a crutch under, I forgot if I said left or right leg, so we'll just go, his right leg is missing. So he kind of hobbles over to you with the, I'm looking for, a crutch, and comes up and shakes your hand.
Hello.
Good to meet you, my good, half-elf, correct?
Yes.
Yes, this is EX. Him and I served in our former mercenary company under a different commander. He was looking for work, and I had just recently put this crew together, so I gave him a job. Especially because
Oh.
we need somebody to as a quartermaster, so this works out perfectly.
Quartermaster, bookkeeper. You know, the job someone doesn't want to do because they're boring. It looks over it.
I wouldn't know anything about that. Just kind of stretches back and smiles. Gives his dog a little scritch.
Well, he goes back and sits down where he was before. Well, I gotta keep working on these numbers and stuff, so keep the books balanced and all that stuff. So,
Before I forget, also before I forget, I put a requisition in for a blacksmith for a new set of armor. Thinking about taking the old set and kind of donating it to the company, and as well as get some spare suits lying around. So expect that bill to come in soon. So he kind of pats the breastplate like, yeah, this suit's kind of taking a beating, and it's worked great, but has needs something a bit more sturdier. Don't worry, I'll be I I figure we
I
could
roll a
with the
perception on this thing that's approaching me.
Go
That's
ahead.
just been flying
That-
around the room.
That the
I dropped the
house
first token
prisoner?
where I didn't mean to, so he wasn't just supposed to appear random.
Is that our house prisoner?
It's not.
Oh, that
He's
one
not a
looks like
house prisoner.
mom.
He's a house guest who just can't seem to leave.
Or
Now you barely notice this guy's before he's
Slave.
this ball-looking guy's before he's up in your face. Are
Oh.
you a trespasser? Must you be dealt with?
No, he's a guest.
Friend.
Nildeyr, give me an Arcana check off this guy.
and diddly do. 14.
You notice some kind of weird magic emanating off of him. Can't quite place what it is though.
What am I looking at?
He's just a human.
No, I'm literally saying that.
Okay.
What am I
Friend.
looking at?
This thing is housebound. It cannot leave.
He cannot leave. That's a he. Well, as far as I'm aware, that's his
He
chosen
cannot.
pronouns.
It house slave bound to the house.
I must protect my home.
Yes.
He
Yeah,
kind of starts shambling back up the stairs.
we kind of found him when
Thank
we
you.
moved in. Poor guy hasn't eaten in God knows how long. And given the location, it was kind of fairly easy shot for both the blacksmith's quarter as well as everything else good in town. And the fact I think he's magically bound here. If we just let Joey stay here and not press anything, at least not right away.
Not upset him. We
All
don't
right.
know what power he holds.
Yeah, by the way, that's his name. His name's Joey. Larry gave it to him.
Mom just kind of gives a little sigh and just kind of looks around the place. I miss Endurez.
Yeah,
I hope he's doing okay.
I'm sure he's fine. He knows what he's doing. He knows how to take care of himself. Victor turns back to EX. So yeah, expect that note to come in. Let me know when it's together. Otherwise, is there anything else I need to like procedure wise or administrative wise I need to be made aware of?
Not really. Haven't had anyone come in for asking for a job lately. As he says that, you hear the doors open.
Password.
As you see a dragonborn walk through the door that you recognize as Thurnicus.
Seen you in a while.
Hey, Thurnicus, how you doing?
Evening, gentlemen. I heard you were trying to seek audience with the Emperor earlier today, were you not?
Yes, and Lyric will just kind of like walk up, and she just points right over to Nildeyr. We found his friend.
Friend, huh? He kind of walks up to you. Do not recognize you, my good sir. What is your acquaintance with the Emperor?
Oh, my apologies. He'll do a slight bow. Nildeyr Braston.
Kind of cocks his head. Huh. I don't remember the Emperor mentioning that name. I don't remember when, though. Oh. It's an honor to meet you. My name is Thurnicus Grimbleheist. I am the legate of the Leo Brigade. It's an honor to meet you. So, the king... I don't keep saying king. The Emperor actually wishes to seek an audience with you. Would care to join me at the palace tonight.
Of course.
I know he should be returning to the palace shortly because he is out at the moment. Since it's a matter of utmost importance, and needs to speak with you as soon as possible.
Definitely. Of course. Now that would, that would be great. That would work fine.
Very well. Would you like to come walk with me now?
Just gonna kind of look around, gauge the room if anyone else is going to, or just him.
Well, Vader's got nothing to do other than, well, get something to drink, so he'll come with. If it's... No, man. Yeah, he'll actually speak up. Well, is Nildeyr invited alone, or can his traveling companions come with him?
Is that an in or out of game
I-
question?
That's an in-game question. He's asking I just forgot his name. The Dragonborn is in the room right now. He's literally asking the Dragonborn from Leo. I am tripping on words tonight. He's asking the Dragonborn if whose name I'm just slipping on.
Thernicus.
Thuricus, there we go. He's asking Thuricus if Nildeyr is to come alone, or can his companions join with.
Oh, he wants
join
all
him?
of you.
Oh,
Like
I
the
thought it
whole
was just
brigade.
Nildeyr. Okay, simple.
Very well.
By the way, he's a bronze scale dragonborn. You know,
Cool.
Nildeyr.
Okay. Question. Were the dragons from before bronze or gold?
Gold.
Okay, got it. That's what I thought. Just wanted to make sure I remembered right. I had it down right.
Write this down on his notes before I forget too, because I didn't have that written down.
I have him down as bronze Thurnicus.
Before Victor will hold Fear up and just walk back over to the EX and just kind of lean close. By the way, our as far as where our companion here will need a bed to stay at. So I've offered one of our lodgings in our barracks.
Yes, he can have the solo room on the second floor.
It's like works for me.
And,
Or if he doesn't mind sleeping in the same room with me, he can sleep on the ground floor. His choice.
I'll be sure to let him know. But yes,
Could I
sorry,
get
I just
patched up
gotta.
before we go? I'm still feeling woozy from earlier.
Because he looks at you, yeah, you do look a little beat up. You guys okay?
I've fought off a lot of people recently. I think I took most of the hits, if I remember.
Just the usual case of usually missing support and kidnapping charges that we had to resolve.
So, I'm a act first, think later kind of person.
We'll spare you the details.
Oh yeah, I heard about Alcyon's kidnapping. You said you found her?
Absolutely.
We're glad Atlas will probably be happy to hear that.
I hope so. Because I don't want to be the guy that got his head blown off.
Wait, what?
Oh, the guy punched someone's head clean off.
It was one of the kidnappers.
So Atlas found them too, I take it?
We in the
Shortly
same place
after
at the
us,
same
yes.
time. Same place, same time. We witnessed it.
It was
Glorious.
yes. Let's go with that.
I'm assuming that
I'm
guy
jealous of
didn't
his
last
power.
very long then.
I'd imagine not.
If he is, he's in an extreme amount of pain.
Well, if you want
Need that
to
really
see
bad headache.
if you want to see the handiwork in total, he gives him the location of where he's currently being he's laying in pieces now. That's all right. I've already the city guard knows as well. of course. It's like we did our due diligence.
Yes, that's in. Why do I have to have 12 of them?
Because the map is
That's
like an enormous clock.
Olaf's jurisdiction. He'll handle it.
Map on the map.
Anyway, we should get to the palace.
I'll lead the way.
Yes.
He takes you from select everyone. Because I'm on the wrong select everyone. Go.
It happens.
Up past the church, the big temple. It's just as big and bright as you remember it, Nildeyr.
Yeah, just try not to look directly at it.
Look at it. Oh,
There's already averting his eyes and has his hand, one of his hands shielding his eyes. Like, tell me about it.
It's like looking into the sun.
I just
I'm-
got the
Yeah, I've noticed.
just stupid, like, chicken turkey look like her.
Precisely
Although-
why I kept our office building, away from that.
Although everyone, as you're walking by this thing, you all get the advantage of having taken a short rest, and you can spend your hit dice as needed.
32 gun drops. Let's see.
It's bright, but it does have its advantages.
Feeling better already.
Oh, I do get one spell slot back because of the arcane recovery.
Let's see. Let me just roll a die for spending a hit die. I'm gonna need just the one.
I know Mountain Blood needs that more than everyone else.
Yeah.
I just click on the hit dice in order to see what I get back. I don't remember.
The good old gift to Solaire. It has its advantages, but sucks living in this part of town.
Sure. Blackout blinds or some kind of barriers meant to keep that out at night is a booming business over here,
Give me a perception check.
or at least reliable. Oh joy!
Everyone?
Rounded up. Okay, good.
Everyone doing perception?
Yep.
What did my tipping eye see? Oh, apparently very well. 22.
Yeah, you do notice as you're walking through this area, now that you mention it, a lot of the houses that aren't like businesses or places where people might live, there's no windows on the side of it facing the eye.
I mean, it makes absolute sense.
Smart. The architects knew what they were doing.
Have you guys had a chance to talk with Ramiel at the temple lately?
Not lately. Let's just say it's not I'm not much of a churchgoer.
I'll just saying, she usually might have jobs for you guys, so someone you should take advantage of maybe in the future. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Victor will
No more. Say no more.
Victor will begrudgingly note that.
Yeah, as you approach the palace, you basically see Cernicus kind of give the Itir ad Astra salute to the guards. Fine work guarding guarding the gates today, gentlemen. These people are with me. As you command, sir. They salute that at Etir ad Astra, sir. At ease, gentlemen. Well, let's get you to the waiting room, guys.
Is one of the guards that's out here now the same guard we saw before?
Yep, same guards.
Just kind of give him that guard I talked to before the same nod. Armor still looks good on you.
Yeah, I will say this: the armor that Thernicus has on it's super extravagant compared to the other two guards. It's still got all of the lion motifs on it, but it's like this armor. Looking at it's probably made out of mithril or something. It's real nice armor.
Got it a lot more intricate to show his station.
Yep, because basically this is probably the highest guy in the army. Because he's the personal, like, highest bodyguard to the king, or emperor.
You know, it's a very serious position. It's gotta look the part.
This would be he's basically this timeline's current equivalent of your old friend, Barnard.
Ah. Oh, Barnard.
Yeah, basically he leads you to the same kind of sitting room you guys were in before one of the last time you talked to the Emperor. We'll come get you when he's ready. The Emperor is ready to see you. Should be a few minutes. You should be got word through sending. He should be back shortly.
Well, we'll be here when he's ready for us, and we'll give the entire Astra a salute.
You're not part of the army anymore. You don't need to do that to me.
Sorry, old habits.
I suppose you did serve with Tauros for a bit. I got some more trainees I got to whip into shape. You just see him do his kind of that knuckle crack thing as he kind of walks out.
Sucks for them. give him a good whip them into shape for us. All right.
The old 1-2.
So you want me to go even harder on him? I will oblige.
I'm sure that will not have no negative repercussions towards. Sure.
Oh, this is something.
Yeah, you know this room. You've been in here before. The palace hasn't changed that much in 1,000 years.
I think they would have redecorated in 1,000
Well, it's
years.
redecorated, but it's the same room. Because, as you know, this palace was pretty much carved out of the mountain.
Yeah. Surprisingly, it's surprising how little the palace has changed in the last millennium.
You don't say.
Yeah, it's not much change. Maybe a little redecorating here or there, but mostly it's about the same.
I'm sure. And Victor will look around and see if anybody else happens to be nearby. I'm sure Edmund will. If no one's nearby, he will. Other than the group, Victor will just say, "I'm sure he has to change up occasionally, just to kind of, keep with the whole idea. That keep the idea that he's strangely not immortal." But sometimes it's nice to change up things a bit, even if the architecture's still the same. Kind of livens the little place up a bit. New bust, new paintings, new.
It's like adding a new rug.
Yeah.
Yeah, the furniture looks nice and new. Although furniture probably won't last 1,000 years.
You'd be surprised how well a rug ties a room together.
I'm sure there's definitely dwarves out there who would feel like, no, everything's to stay the same. It's like my ancestors just liked it. It's tradition.
Yeah, that's just dwarves. They're weird like that.
Yeah. I've met a few.
Everyone give me a perception check.
have a few friends who are
My mouse just
dwarves.
died. Just died.
11.
Momento, por favor.
Nat 20.
Getting there, getting there. I have to touch my head. My mouse died. Let's see.
Probably makes sense for this perception to be a nat
Hey,
20.
nat
Nice.
20. 22.
So as you're sitting there talking, you hear like big gusts of wind kind of like echo through the hallways outside of here, and like a coming
That
from
was
kind of
loud.
outside, like something big landed on the outside of the palace in some way,
I can't be good.
like gargantuan sized.
Somebody patch
That's
me up. I hear
that's something.
my blade calls.
Google says it's the dragon.
Lyric, you just noticed like the wind blowing, but
Ah, nice.
Victor, you didn't notice anything.
I'm seeing Malwood didn't notice anything either.
Oh no.
Got a nat 20.
Yeah. Something's in the
Oh.
air.
I'm
Somebody
sorry.
patch me
I'm
up.
looking at the old perception check. Sorry.
Somebody patch me up. Something big's coming.
What do you mean something big?
Something big
don't
just
know.
landed outside.
I didn't hear
Sharpen
nothing.
my blade and patch me up. I will take it. I will check it out first.
Yeah, I'm sure it's nothing big. Nothing important.
Something massive just landed outside.
I'm not worried.
This one, there's a rotten egg.
Well, aren't we waiting here for the Emperor?
We are. Let's somebody wants easy. We have an easy solution. And he just Victor would just nod towards his puppers. And his pupper will take off and go see what's going on.
Oh,
Send in the pupper.
release the hounds.
Okay, so yeah, you send your pupper off into the hall to go searching.
Let's see what just landed outside.
Release the hounds.
Yeah.
So a couple minutes later, you hear no response from your dog about seeing big or crazy outside. Best you can determine.
Oh,
As you hear a
Oh,
knocking on the door.
on the door to the Emperor's throne room.
The room you're in, it's basically a waiting room. It's not the doorway to the you're not outside like the door like room next to it.
Okay. A knocking, you say? Who comes knocking on our chamber doors?
After a second or so, the door opens up. You see that kind of maid that was greeted you before. Ah, evening, gentlemen. The Emperor will see you now. Proceed to the throne room.
All right. Victor will send a mental note for his pupper to come back. He will proceed.
Very well.
Yeah, you go walk up to the big doors. You know that is the even you know this is the throne room. Nildeyr, you've been here before.
Yeah, big fancy doors.
Yep.
He always did love his doors.
Now this room, Nildeyr, to your knowledge, is way fancier than you remember it. The floor of it now has got like black and white marble all over it. Big fancy columns in it, water fountains in it. Thrones way bigger than you remember. But upon it you see the Emperor just kinda that thing where he's like he's leaning on his throne to the side, kinda head against a fist against his hand, kinda leaning next to it. Looks like he's asleep.
Victor make a perception check to make sure it's not one of those days again.
Go ahead.
Perception. 11. Well, look
It
at
looks
that.
like you see him breathing, but kind of hard to tell at this distance. Okay, we're back again. Sorry about that.
Yeah, I've clipped into the back rooms. So, as I said, I'm going to take a few steps forward and just say out loud, "Long day, I presume?"
Oh, blah, 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 blah. Blah, blah. Yes, long day, long day. Sorry about that. Evening, gentlemen. How are you doing today?
Now,
Doing great.
now looking at them, do I recognize them?
Yeah, it's clearly the Emperor as you remembered him. Well, not 1,000, but roughly 1,000 years ago. You do see that
I,
big sword that he inherited from his father not long after you fought the Draco Lich back then. The Blade of Solaire, as you know it. I say it's a great sword that's got basically it's a black blade. Kind of looks like you're staring into a like space itself.
Mhm.
And as it moves when you swing it, it's like it's swinging through dimensions.
Mm.
Like the image on it moves with it. It's kind of hard to explain what you mean unless I can show you like a moved image of it.
Mm.
Like if you moved around, the image you're looking at would change in it. Like you're looking at it from like it's a portal, basically, the best way to describe it.
Mm.
So, I hear you got those missing people situation taken care of out by
That-
Sagate.
Does the Emperor just not click that?
Does the
This
Emperor
is
not click that I'm
Nildeyr?
standing here?
No, it doesn't seem to have clicked with them.
Betty were just kind of say, yes, we did, absolutely. Also, we also found an old friend of yours.
An old friend of mine.
Has it really been that long, old friend?
Um, he's looking at you as kind of.
Judging by the distance, it'd be quite a ways away from him.
That's part of it, yes.
Yes.
And she's like,
Yes,
"Holy
can
crap!
you
It's
come a
only
little
voice."
closer?
I will walk around this structure here in the middle.
Jesus.
Okay, well, now that you're closer, let me give another roll with him that's not as quite high as the 8 DC to his stuff.
Hmm.
Wait. Wait. Who are you again? God damn it. Or gods damn it.
It's Nildeyr, old friend.
Neil, you're. Wait. I thought you.
Stop her blowing up
Wait.
his head.
Wait, yeah. I thought you blew up with
Everybody-
that time crystal you were investigating. The whole fort just. That was almost 1,000 years ago.
It appears instead of just disintegrating me, it shot me forward in time.
Technically speaking, same effect to the immediate people around it. But in the longer sense of time and space, not that much. All the difference needed.
Kind of walks up to you. And he goes in for a hug.
Yeah.
Kills you on contact.
Oh, we did a good thing.
Ah, see, you recognize me now.
As he kind of whispers into your ear. Sorry, 1,000 years fucks with your mind.
So it is launching through time.
I can imagine. So, he kind of goes back and sits on the throne. You guys noticed anything odd about the aqueducts in town?
There's no
Lydia
ducks.
will approach up to where Nildeyr is, just so he can get a better hearing spot. No, we've been out of town for a bit and then dealt with the whole kidnapping situation. No, there's been a problem with the aqueducts? With the water
Ducks
supply?
go missing? Have the ducks gone missing?
Okay, so, well, I know you have been gone, so hopefully you haven't noticed it. Something strange has been happening with the water source lately. The lake that accumulates on top of the called the plateau that the center of the city that's this palace is carved into. Something from the underground area that the water comes up from has been contaminated by something and leaking through water source from below. Trying to figure out what went to go meet with someone that might know and just return from them, but we need to send someone into the underground area to I am asking you guys to do so.
Yeah, I was piecing that together. So, do we know anything about what we're going into other than something nasty is taking up residence? Just to clear it out.
Not sure. I know I have to keep the army on guard because of you know who.
You know
So I
who?
can't spare many men to send down there, so why I'm asking you.
And given the fact we seem to get results, understandable. All right, I guess the for usual quests, payment and otherwise, well, are to be expected.
Yes, yes. Payment will work out with your friend EX, but we will get you some supplies to go down there. I don't suppose you wouldn't mind joining them, Nildeyr. In case this has some magical implications. You would be a good help down there since you are not tied to the Empire anymore at this time.
Of course, that wouldn't be an issue.
Good, good. So we'll get you some supplies because this will be I don't know how long you'll be down there, but I know there is a way to get into the underground from Polaris. Unless you guys know of another way down in there that's closer, but it would be it'll be longer to go through there, but you could maybe find a closer place.
I'm thinking, do we know a place that's closer to getting down into the aqueducts?
I don't know. Do you? History check.
One?
But I
Yeah.
know a way to get down into the aqueducts.
I'm good at this. 23.
Anyone else going to roll history?
13.
Advantage because I was likely
a
here
natural
when the
20.
aqueducts
Nice.
were
Way to
constructed.
go. Nice, Larry. Nice.
Nice.
I'll say no to that, Nildeyr, because it's been 1,000 years. Stuff may have changed
Fair.
since then, but
Shit happens.
Victor, you remember so yeah, Nildeyr and Mountain Blood, nothing comes to mind. Victor, you remember hearing talk of some cave kind of between here and Polaris that seems to lead to some underground area that you're not sure what it might lead to, but could potentially be a quicker way to get down there. Lyric, you've also heard of a cave that's between here and Polaris that's supposed to lead to Underdark. You're
What
pretty
would I
sure
know
you've heard
about
where
the
it was, but you
Underdark?
don't know the exact location because you've never bothered looking at it.
What would Lyric know about the Underdark?
Give me another check.
That's 11.
Can Victor support that with his own history check?
If Lyric brings up the Underdark,
Dark and spooky.
Lyric would be more or less just thinking about it, not really just.
Yeah, it's just lyric being lyric.
you mention the cave you might know of, though.
She will mention the cave. Yes.
Yeah, Victor will chime in and agree with like, yeah, I do actually recall a cave. You're hearing about a cave between Nier and Polaris. That'll have our ticket.
Not aware of where that might be. Can see if we can look into it. I know we'd need a day or so to get your supplies ready. And do you have any requests about specialty equipment you might need? Anything special you were looking for that we can try to acquire for this trip?
I was gonna go to town, drink, and wait for my new armor to get made, but there is something that's been on my mind.
Now, we can't get you anything special made because we wouldn't have time to get that done, but see if we can maybe locate something around town.
That's all right. I was looking for something to help me with spotting things. Like being better at especially considering it's the Underdark, so things be dark, things be not too clear to see here. I see well in the dark, but small details tend to be like being able to find those would be advantageous.
Well, we'll try to get you some stuff that's in the basic supplies, like some torches or something of the like, but no specialty equipment that would maybe help you in a fight or something you've been looking for.
Try it.
Okay, so this is me saying, what's a magic item you'd like to get, and we'll try to find it for you.
Yeah, he's trying to dance around while I go find the item he was thinking of. Give me a second. Anybody else wants to chime in? Yeah, here's your chance for something special. What was it? Shield.
Although you don't need to give me the request immediately. If you need time to think about it, that is something you're more than welcome to do so.
I mean, what are we limited to when it comes to items?
Think of something you want to find, I will do a roll for it if they find it or not.
Okay.
Less rare, the more likely you are to get it. To be honest, I'm stealing this from your campaign. I'm playing with you women. So. But I thought it was a fun idea.
That's perfect. That is perfect. Leave it up to RNG. I don't want to limit the possibilities, but I want to be able to have a little bit of chance for that. I like that. So then it's a question of what could Lyric want? Can you say honestly?
Yeah, I know the thing I want. I'm just blanking on the name. So basically, Victor's had an idea for a shield that gives a bonus to perceptions, since that seems to be a recurring weak point, or pro power, either way.
Out of curiosity, how many people in this party actually have dark vision?
Yo,
I do.
Yes.
I think Mountain Blood's the only one that doesn't have dark vision.
Okay then. Kind of looks at Mountain Blood. I know elves and Victor's kind have dark vision. I suppose you'd probably need something to see better Dark would be appreciated for you, Mountain Blood. I guess he's on a break right now, so never mind.
Yeah, I found it. It's so he basically, as Victor was there looking for a pearl power, or more importantly, a sentinel shield was the one I was thinking of.
We'll see if there's one in our armory or able to locate one in town for you.
That works for me.
Yeah, if we're putting in a request, I'll just copy paste it right into the private room for D&D.
Yeah, post it in there if you so I have it for written down too.
That would be okay. I was going, she could use more AC, and I'm like, but I don't want her to be wearing anything more than armor than what she is. And I'm like, oh, a cloak. That'll work.
I have a feeling I know what you want. I'm going to look in it right now and see if I'm right. Okay, I was wrong, but wasn't completely wrong.
I was thinking of a cloak of displacement, but...
Yep, that's what I was thinking too.
I like the plus one to saving throws.
Never know when you might run into a banshee.
Because it's like, I don't want to... I don't need anything overpowered. My power comes from having spells and having a ridiculous list of proficiency bonuses. So... there's nothing that really helps me with that. What I could use is more defense.
And I gave you guys a rod of wonder and a deck of illusions, and you really used the damn thing.
Oh, don't worry. I'm holding on. I was holding on to the Rod of Wonder because it apparently has a specialist associated for
Who's got the deck of
emergencies.
wonders now?
Not the
Hold
deck
on.
of wonders, deck of illusions.
Deck of
Who's
illusions.
got the deck of illusions? Okay. I was like, hold on, that was something that
Goran.
had. So I was
I think we
blanking
got-
on my own character's name.
I think we had two. We got two of them because we both gambled.
Yeah.
That's what I remember.
And I think I gave you another one since Goran had the other one, so your party still had one.
Yeah. But yes, I have been holding on to it. I've been noting, trying to think of more ways to use it. If not, I'll just probably pass it over to somebody who could be a bit more creative with it.
And if you may have not forgotten, Avi may have had a deck of wonder too. Or what's it called?
So to expand upon what I did for rolling everybody in my campaign, if someone asked for something really high, I would have something that was a little bit more attainable. If they picked something in the middle of the road, I would pick something high that if they rolled real well, that would also be available. And if they picked something real low, I made sure there was at least 2 items they can get from it. So
Both the things
if they picked something that was uncommon, which is uncommon stuff isn't really that uncommon. It's pretty decently available. I was like, okay, well, maybe there'll be something else in there with it too. Something rare, I was like a 50-50 chance that you'll find it. And then like something that's like very rare to legendary was, okay, here you go. It's a really high AC.
Luckily, the two things Victor wants are both uncommon. Apparently.
I asked for something uncommon, so in my head I'm going, that's like a 75% chance I'll get what I want, so...
But yeah, otherwise, Victor also requisitions additional dungeoneering kits. Just dungeoneering gear for, since we're gonna go, well, he doesn't know it's the Underdark, he does know, hey, we're gonna be crawling around in the aqueduct, so best to be
you're not
prepared
going
for any
into the
kind of
aqueducts.
problems.
He says the problem's not the aqueducts, it's the source of them, which is something different.
Well, still, the best to be prepared for spelunking since we're going underground. That's literally the logic he's operating under.
I'll be sure to get you the dungeoneering kits. That will not be an issue. Plenty of food supplies. I'll also see if I can send... I might be able to spare someone else. If we can get you there quicker. can find that place in the if you want to try to find that cave. So as I was saying, Mountain Blood is he was saying that your people have issues seeing dark vision, correct?
Yes. Since we are all of the Goliath type, we are unable to see darkness without assistance of torches or some sort of light source.
Yeah, we'll be sure to send some torches and additional things to help you see lanterns and all that. Is there anything
Wonderful.
you request for this journey?
Uh, Myself personally,
Yes.
um, other than mainly getting patched up, so in case anything happened, um, possibly a shield if possible.
Okay, so yeah, basically, as I was saying, them just to post the item you're looking for in the in our Discord room, so I can look it up and see if you.
Pretty sure I can at least handle one. Second.
Nildeyr, was there anything you would particularly be?
Not that I can think of off the top of my head. I still have the magical gear back from the old days, meaning that I still have my wand of the war mage and a cloak of displacement.
Well, anything else you would like? Be sure to ask for it. Then we'll see if we can oblige. So, I need a nap. So we will convene again tomorrow morning, gentlemen.
Of course, and we need to catch up at some point. It's been quite some time.
Yes, we do, but this issue, as you can see, clearly takes precedence.
True, that's why I say at some point and not at now.
I know we got some clerics and paladins trying to deal with, trying to cleanse some of the water as it aqueducts, but they only do so much. Let's get this fixed as soon as possible. Anyways, you know the way out, gentlemen. I will see you tomorrow.
Oh,
Kinda walks back through this door over here that he knows is kind of private chamber.
no. Before the Emperor walks away,
Okay.
Victor will, however, will make one specific note. Emperor,
Oh,
before
yes?
before you go, if you get a chance, be sure to stop by the flower shop. I'm sure Alcoyne would love to see after her
Oh, yes,
harrowing ordeal.
she probably will. I'd imagine calm down a bit. Oh, and that reminds me, I totally was going to tell you this. About your friend Andaris and them.
Hmm.
I don't know where they are, but they
Okay.
are safe. They have gone into hiding at the moment. A friend of mine made sure they were carried to safety, someplace safe. You know, the less people that know about it, the better for him. So I told him not to tell me. I will go through him, and he will go tell me if anything comes up, and I will let you know.
Well, thank you. It's good to know that they're not in danger.
Yeah, because
Consi-
that was, if I'm guessing properly, I know Alcyone and Ren were kind of friends, and I'm trying to get to Ren through Alcyone.
Yeah, we uncovered that as well. Yeah, very nice things are happening back at former former home. That's rather troubling.
Yes, there is, from the best my agents there could tell, there's three, powers trying to wrestle control of the area. Yeah, there is Roland or Aloro. Basically he was one of the heads of state that's trying to take command of it. There are the still some of the loyalists to the Holomeon family, as well as the will. They're calling themselves the will of the people, trying to be citizens, taking control of the area, and having something they're calling like a democracy take root over there.
Sounds newfangled.
It works for them. It works for them, but we will see how that plays out.
Worst case scenario, we need someone. If we need some people to go in and take a poke, you know where to find us. Not now, later, of course.
Yes, I see you guys are like me. Need some time to relax.
Absolutely, and Victor will take his bow. We give a bow and take his leave.
He's kind of walking out. Says, Nildeyr, go to the balcony."
Sure. And he will. Guys, which way's the balcony? Or do I see which way the balcony is?
You know where it is. Basically, it's just kind of you go outside and
Oh
the
yeah.
throne room. It's kind of
Use
like
the.
where the emperor addresses the people from the palace.
Oh yeah, the balcony that was there since they built it. Yeah, I'll go to the balcony.
Is anyone else going to follow him?
I mean, I could always follow just in case.
Victor will fall
Bodyguard it.
behind. He's curious.
Are you going to obviously follow or kind of sneakily follow?
I'm gonna say sneakily follow. 'Cause you never know.
Okay.
Victor's gonna obviously follow because play mail. That's all I need to say.
I don't have that problem, so
Yeah,
Clunk,
exactly.
clunk,
That's a
clunk,
Victor
clunk,
problem.
clunk,
Okay, so
clunk.
yeah, roll stealth, mountain blood, roll perception, Nildeyr.
All right.
stealthy. Oh, garbage. Ugh.
Lyric, what are you going to be doing?
Lurks really doesn't care about what the Emperor's doing, so she's just gonna sit and wait for everyone to be done doing whatever it is they're doing.
Okay, so yeah, Nildeyr, as you're walking to the balcony spot, you hear Victor clanging behind you because he's hard to miss that. But you also see trying to hide behind him. You see kind of his bald head kind of behind the top of Victor's head, trying to hide behind Victor so he's not following you. But you can clearly see.
He's just
Yeah.
doing the Skyrim crouch.
Obvious, being obvious, but not trying not to be obvious. Just peeking around the shoulder.
I just like the idea that he's just crouching, like doing the whole Skyrim sneak crouch, and just so you can't see me, you can't see me.
Hide behind a pillar, and you still see like the muscular stature of him, just clearly.
Oh,
After a
wow.
couple minutes of walking through the palace, it's not that far. You come across the entrance to like the balcony that the emperor addresses people from, but you see a man kind of standing there, his foot kind of resting his arms on the ledge, just kind of looking out across the city. Kind of guy's hair look like. He's kind of got short, goldish blonde hair, kind of slightly long, so it's kind of a little blowing in the wind. You get
Hmm.
kind of got really nice golden robes on him. He's got gold tinted sandals on. You can't see his face because he's looking away.
Do I recognize this person at all?
No, not at all. Because you're only looking at it from behind.
Insert meme. Hello there.
Kind of turns around. As he turns around, you see kind of his skin's kind of gold tinted. Got a gold tint to it. He's got kind of a Fu Manchu mustache going on. Never seen you before. Kind of goes up to you, starts sniffing you. Smell familiar. Why do you smell familiar? Question: would you have followed him on, Victor and Mountain Blood? Would you have followed him out to the deck?
Yep.
Ugh. Evening, Victor, Mountain Blood. What brings you to the palace tonight?
Oh, we had me and the Emperor. How you doing? I'm assuming I'm. Was it Cyril? Cyril?
Give me a perception check. Nildeyr. Not a perception, a history check.
History check.
I was gonna say with advantage too, so. This guy, now that you see his face, let me just make sure I have the right name here, because I...
Silo?
Well, no, it's not, that's who it's... Well, that's who it is, but,
Hmm.
I have so many mini folders.
Hmm.
Okay, I can't remember what I named that other dragon, because I can't seem to find it, but it looks kind of like the ancient gold dragon from 1,000 years ago, but a little bit different.
Oh, one shot.
Yeah.
Irville?
What was that?
Was it Irville? Irvill.
There it is.
That's the
Irvut. There it is. I found it. Irvut.
Irville. Okay, yeah. I don't think I pronounced the name right, but yes, I had that noted down in my notes.
Basically, this guy kind of looks like him. As he kind of looks
His
at
eyes
you.
just kinda go wide with realization.
Wait a minute. Kind of looks at you. Now I recognize you. God, it's
Little
been
Silo?
1,000 years. Yeah. I thought you were. You just disappeared. I totally forgotten about you. I thought you were. You're not like the Emperor and anymore. Well, he kind of hugs you too, and this hug kind of hurts. Because he forgets to rein in his strength, unlike the Emperor did.
Too tight.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, it's been... Well, I'm an adult now, I guess.
I can see that.
Oh,
Wow, you've really, and he'll say it in Draconic, you've really grown up.
He kind of responds back, oh, if you only knew how big I really was. Want to see? What's your response?
You know what? Go for it, big guy.
We're just gonna take a few steps back.
Okay, he runs, jumps up on like the ledge, and just leaps into the air.
Oh.
As you see him spread his wings into his full, gigantic, draconic gold dragon form, starts flying around the city.
So Victor will walk back. It's like, yeah, I forgot how long dragons live. I guess you two knew each other.
Yeah, but back then he was still just a hatchling.
Victor would just kind of just taking out a swig from his from his canteen, his water skin. So yeah,
Hey, you want to see something?
is it something cool?
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah, go for it.
Near Nildeyr will kind of mutter something. as he tosses the dancing lights up into the air, far out to where it's not like near the wall or as far out as he can get it. What's the
What
range of
what
that
are you
again?
trying to do right now?
How far is the range of this thing? 120 feet, so I can get a good distance out. He's gonna cast dancing lights and send them out that 120 feet because the last time he did that was when little Siler wanted to try to catch the lights.
As you do that, he swoops by, kind of like does the thing because he doesn't want to hit the palace because his wingspan is pretty enormous.
Yeah.
Kind of swings by, kind of swine, just grabs at them with his mouth. Give me another history check with disadvantage.
History check with disadvantage.
Yes.
9.
You remember there was a few other dragon hatchlings that were alive around that time that you're wondering if they're still around. The only name that comes to mind right now is Fremid that lived out by name of the city. City name.
Is that the island of Hui Hui?
Yeah,
Is it Premed?
Fremid.
Okay. Hmm. If Sila's still here, I'm wondering if the others are as well.
Oh. Huh. There's other of his you see his brothers and sisters?
There were other hatchlings, but though I can only remember one name that comes to mind, it was
They never
Acrux,
taken
that's
their
the name of the
sway.
city.
hmm,
Acrux, that was the name of the city.
Ah,
it was
yeah.
Premed.
Victor will spit his water out just a little bit. Just kind of cough a bit. Wait a minute. You're saying that those two are related?
They're not related. They were from other dragons because they're
Yeah,
different,
they were
scale
they were
colors.
from other dragons, but they were
Oh.
hatchlings at the same time.
Yeah, he's yeah, he's pretty big too. We've met him. Uh,
Now, is he about the same size as the ancient dragon from the one shot?
Yeah, he's about the same age now as his dad was when he did the one shot.
Yeah.
And from what you remember, there was maybe 3 other ones?
Yeah, there were some others, but I can't remember their names off the top of my head.
Because they were kind of kept secret because of the war that was going on at the time with the kingdom that didn't care much for dragons, even if they were dragons that are nice to people.
Yeah, the Isle of Burke.
I was gonna say Dragon's Bane, yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
As you hear another, because you're outside, you'll feel this better. You feel that same kind of thud that you felt a little bit before the emperor invited you into his quarters, and that same kind of wind blowing. You want to give me an intelligence check if you can't put 2 and 2 together there?
I can, but can Nildeyr put it together?
Is everybody or no?
Yep.
See.
What's with all the back end nat 20s?
I don't know. I don't know what we're talking about. Man, there's a lot of rumbling in the city. I wonder if that's something to do with that whole problem, the aqueduct.
Give me something good. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
One
you
with
you
vibe.
realize that wind and thud you heard earlier was probably him landing before. Probably with the emperor riding him.
And I just share that. It's like, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what that was.
Really? Nah, that could just be a tremor.
Mm.
Could just be someone messing around with thaumaturgy. Like I can do it too. And he just uses thaumaturgy to do a slight tremor. Not nearly as powerful,
Well,
but
I'm
you
pretty
know.
sure that's not something normal.
Mhm.
Clearly, people didn't go rushing over there to go in here and he's screaming or nothing. So, pretty sure that can't possibly be normal.
Well, I see why Edmund wanted me to come out here.
As you kind of see him kind of leap back in from the balcony. Ah, I know this town folks never get sick of that. They know I'm good to see. Good fun. Haven't done that in probably 1,000 years. Good memories.
Yeah.
This is nice. Also, where's my dog?
He joined back up with you. He's here with you right now, I'd say.
Oh, there it is. Just kind of pokes his head out from behind a curtain or something.
Fremid not Fremid, Silo kind of leans down and kind of pets the dog. Oh, you got a good little puppy now? As he starts petting him.
Oh yeah, he's my familiar.
Ah,
No, I'll say hello.
does Gnarl bark at him?
Nar will bark. It'll be a little happy bark.
Ah, so your name's Gnarl, huh? You're a good
Yeah.
doggo, aren't you?
Nildeyr's not going to say anything, but when he says he hasn't done that in about 1,000 years, he's just going to have that mental thing going through his head of, oh yeah, the last time he did that was the last time he saw his father alive. It's like,
That's bittersweet. Mostly bitter.
So I suppose the Edmund was talking. Wait, get that name right? Yeah, Edmund was talking to you about figuring out what's going on with the water source up at the lake up there, huh?
yeah, we're going to be looking into that.
Yeah, Lake Solaire has never been done that before. I know I'd go down there and look, but the Underdark's probably not the best place for me to go, given my size.
Underdark. Okay, that's a bit of news.
Yeah, I didn't pre stats yet.
Did
Jeez.
he not tell you that?
Nope.
No.
So much stuff's crossed in his mind. But anyway, yeah, I know he's trying to find some supplies for you here. As you kind of reach into a little pocket, hands you a little baggie. Here, you can have this.
Who's he
Did
handing
you-
that to?
Giving it to you, Nildeyr.
Oh, thank you.
You open the bag.
I'm gonna open the little baggie or the
It is
bag.
basically filled with gold dragon scales, probably from him.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, these fall off every now and then. They get some used to them, use them as magic components, sell them for money, whatever you need them for. Not doing me any good anymore.
Maybe make that.
Do you have a bag of about 10 gold dragon scales?
Fashion that into a piece of armor or something.
It would take more scales. It would take more. I think more scales to make a proper suit of armor. But
They're pretty decent size since it's an ancient one. There, I'd say they're about the size of like if you made a circle with your thumb and index finger. In two
Say
hands,
about the
they're
size
about
of a
that
hand.
big. Yeah.
Yeah.
Size of a hand, almost like a breastplate, I suppose. Plate size.
Yeah, it'd probably work as a halfling breastplate size. Not a very big one, but it could. A couple of them could make a halfling breastplate.
Blessed plate.
Breastplate, yes.
Breastplate.
Breastplate.
Breast.
no, it's
breast.
it's plus now.
Fluttering.
All right. Well, I will close that up and stash it with my stuff. It's been too long.
Yes, a lot has happened in 1,000 years. A
Mhm.
lot has changed. Yet some stuff still stays the same. As he looks out at the Eye of Solaire. I still have trouble sleeping at night with that thing. Even after 1,000 years, it still sometimes gets on my nerves at night.
I know what you mean.
But anyway, the good outweighs the bad of it.
Oh, yeah.
It
Cheers
keeps
to
you
that.
know who from really getting into the city.
Okay, I was gonna ask back in the throne room, guys, who was he referring to by you know who?
Voldemort.
But it just leans in conspiratorially. We told you about before. It's Namek, the freaking lich. It's been kind of a bane in everyone's cup of coffee since, well, ever.
The Lich.
Yeah.
He's gonna look at Silo for a moment, not say anything, but then realize that, oh yeah, he doesn't know either, unless Edmund told him, but he doesn't think Edmund would tell anyone.
That's up to you to bring up, so. Anyways, I don't know how much you've been filled in on him in the last 1,000 years, but he's got kind of a nice cult behind him that worship him almost like a god. Turns some of them into abominations like himself.
Yeah. Just on
There was
blood like Mac punches,
some
the
guy
nearest
killing a
Charles.
bunch of his minions around the Empire, but got caught and had stopped doing it.
And then there's the whole thing with why am I forgetting his name? Was it Isaac? Yeah, it was Isaac. His parents. Yeah, that was that was the job. That was the job I had before we well, two jobs ago before we have you know there.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
dinner murder party.
Hmm.
So I'll tell you that story later. It's pretty much you gotta find out how the kid's doing. It's not every day you get to find out. Oh, hey, by the way, your parents are cult members. They want to sacrifice you, Lord. Yay!
So Sila kind of looks at you. So now that I'm thinking about it, right, you were investigating that time crystal thing that appeared in that fort between here and Sagatay, right?
Yeah, yes, I was.
Huh. You know, given the time crystal, you being shot forward 1,000 years of time makes sense. Way.
In a sick, twisted way, yes.
Of a god that governed time in this.
See, let's check the Parthenon.
path.
Is there a god that governs time?
I did not make one, no.
Hmm.
I was gonna say it's probably something Arcana had to do with. He likes weird things like that.
A wizard did it.
Would explain also why I messed with my spell book.
That's just your spellbook. How?
A lot of stuff is either missing or been changed.
So turn that Sigma symbol into a Omega, and that the formula doesn't work anymore. Stuff like that, right?
Yes. Kind of like
Change
that.
one little thing, and all of a sudden, this everything cascades. It doesn't work.
Oh, before we leave, do you know about how many of the others are still around? By others, I mean the other dragons.
Yes. Let me ask it. I'm gonna give these name drops then. Yes, I know you guys. The other ones here met. Well, Victor and Mountain Blood here met Fremond out in the ocean between here and Fui Fui.
Can you spell it for me?
Fremmid.
Alright.
I know Mid here. Uh, she's still around the Arcturus area. Haven't heard much from her lately. Zyron's still up in his tower by Polaris. I know Nakat's over in her cave by the desert.
Oh.
I will post these chat room real quick. Second, it copied my whole list. I just wanted the names.
And he said, Nakat is where?
Nakat's out in the desert.
Oh, thought. That's I'm sorry. I must have mixed two names up. Yeah, Nakat's out in the desert.
You had a chance to run into her when you were out doing the Orc Brothers, but you didn't get that
Yeah.
role right.
Womp womp.
Sorry, it was
Nice.
Nildeyr. Sorry for butchering the names.
I just got them from a name generator that sounded cool, so.
Yeah. So
Name
who knows?
generators are fine. Lots of people use that name generator.
I use
Yeah.
name generator stuff all the time.
I'm just gonna pull up my IKEA my IKEA catalog. It's like, here's my name.
No, that's how you come up with demonic names. Just look in the IKEA catalog.
Jesus.
Then he starts chiming in. Then there's Braytarth bunch of dragons. I don't know where they are besides Braytarth, but apparently 4 of them out there someplace.
It's good. Yeah, that the others are still around.
I know those
Um,
ones tend to be less nice to people. Albeit if we ever got into a fight, I could probably take Braytarth. Pull that one up again for you, Victor. You could just ask.
Oh, sorry. I didn't want to interrupt. I just want.
She's near Arcturus.
I remember Arcturus. Is that place still ruined?
Yes.
Like,
He goes on to say, yeah, I talked to Mid here. She was just about to get involved in that incident with Namek a couple months ago, and had been not gotten involved and wiped that army off the face of the earth with his ability with the sword. That should finally be able to be used again. I know that takes like a month or so to charge. It's crazy.
I mean, he did unleash, what was it? Holy fireballs?
Basically, it's
Radiant
Meteor
fireballs,
Swarm,
wasn't it?
but radiant instead of fire damage.
Yeah, that's incredible in itself.
But to use it, it takes, like I said, a month to recharge it again.
So it's not something you can just do willy nilly.
Yep,
Insta boot.
as he implied it. Yeah, luckily I know, kind of perks up. I know Braytarth's not on good terms with Namek either, so we kind of have an uneasy semi-alliance with the guy, dealing with him, so.
Wasn't Braytarth the one we met? They came to town recently. That came to
Yes.
the capital. Yeah, that's what I thought. They were red dragons. Yeah, we keep meeting people who are stupidly powerful.
What does he call him, his group? The Hand of Tiamat?
Yeah, that sounds about right. But if I recall, if Victor recalls correctly.
Yeah, one for each head of her world. Still. You know, they're kind of the only real dragons left on this continent.
No offense, but that has got to be the stupidest thing I've heard since I arrived here.
What?
Them calling themselves the Hand of Tiamat. Oh, that has got to be the cringiest thing I've heard since I arrived here.
Have you met Braytarth? He's pretty much on the nose about everything. I mean, then again, he also did just grab a guy and just shove a fireball down his throat. So you know,
I didn't say it was
Sila kind of
surprising. I
perks
said
up.
it was.
Have you heard Ingvar trying to make a joke yet?
No.
Yeah,
Nope.
then that's the stupidest thing you'll hear since you came back.
Keep that in mind.
I am getting a call. I'll be right back.
Awkward silence, awkward silence.
Well, I was gonna say something, but I felt like letting you finish that. So, you have a place to stay then, Nildeyr, since I'm pretty sure your house kind of got sold not long after you just. And I don't know who
wouldn't be
owns it anymore.
surprised. I wouldn't be surprised, but these guys are letting me take a room up with them.
Yeah, well, yeah, I'm pretty sure the Emperor could help you get an actual house to yourself. You can make it work or get something for you here. It might not be immediately, but he did it for the other guys. I'm pretty sure he can do it for you too. Something with a nice little lab in the basement or something.
Funny you should mention lab.
What about a lab?
It seems that Victor's in Edwin's old place.
Hmm. He used to have a lab there?
He used to have a lab.
Was it a secret lab?
It was his own personal little place.
Didn't know about that?
No. It's probably best to keep it that way.
Look into that. Wasn't there something weird about that place you moved into?
We found a guy. We found a guy magically bounced there. What's the word I'm looking for? Basically squatting there, but that's about it.
Don't want
Supposed to
this
be
to be
guarded
another
place.
burden on Ed. I'll look into that for you. Okay, Nildeyr?
All right.
And I know somebody that might know more about it too.
I know a bit about it, just I didn't go there too often.
Well, I'll tell you this though too. I know I haven't seen her in a while, but I know one of Xavier's descendants still around. Someplace. You run into Xanatha, be sure to tell her you knew her ancestors or something. She'll get a kick out of it, I think. I haven't seen her in years, so I don't know.
It's not like many people actually believe I am who I say I am. We made a we made a small stop at the mage college along the way here, and me and Lyric over here had a little chat with the headmaster.
Yeah, now that I think about it, I've seen that statue. It looks nothing like you.
Nothing at all.
I thought it was funny not to say anything about it, though, so.
Of course. Who knows? Maybe a letter or parchment from the emperor, so to give a little more from Edmund to give a little more credence, a little more credibility to to who I actually to to show who I actually am. Work something out with him after we clean up with the aqueducts.
Like I said, this has nothing to do with the aqueducts. It's the source of
I'm sorry,
water.
the lake. Well, the source of the water coming into the aqueduct. It's somatics. After we figure out what's wrong with the water supply.
Okay, then, well, I suppose you guys should get some rest looking at Mountain Blood. Who beat the
Still
shit out of
slowly
you?
dying. There's been a lot.
Yeah, you guys look like you could use some rest, so you better get back to your houses or base tonight and get some rest before you head off tomorrow.
That would be for the best. I don't think I'd last much longer.
That sounds like a good idea.
Maybe a couple of pints just to ease into the sleep there.
Sorry, I have a kind of a work call. We're still in the balcony, right? With
Yes.
did someone say Xanatha?
Yes, he
Yeah.
said Xanatha.
Hold on a second. I'm trying
I
to think what
implied
would...
that back in the past campaign. Now I'm proving it.
You'll see Victor. If anybody's paying attention to Victor, you'll see his patience go pale, and just. Did you? He'll actually say that in character. Like, did you say Xanatha? You knew her?
Well, I didn't know her. I knew her. Great. I'm not gonna count how many greats it was. Grandfather.
We both.
He was a friend of ours back in the 1,000 years ago. Before he got kind of to make peace, became one of the Neon Knights over in Dragon's Bane. Made peace with them 1,000 years ago.
Well, someone's rolling in their grave. Xanatha is the reason why at least two of our people got or trying to get at least a bunch of us framed for murder. Works for you know who now. Yeah, our dear good buddy and friend.
You see, Cyril, I'm blanking at blah 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 blah. You see him kind of take back for a moment. Oh,
Hmm.
that happened. I don't like that.
Neither do I. That's
Oh, she
I
has
wasn't
his
expecting-
dagger too.
yeah. We're very well acquainted with that thing.
Well, I know at least the hammer's still back in Dragon's Bane, so we can't. I know the current king still has that. That should be safely away from their clutches. We don't know where the staff is at the moment, unfortunately. That's a thing?
Hopefully we do find before it falls in the wrong.
I don't know if it's a good thing or a
certain-
bad thing, but it's a thing.
It's a thing, yeah. As long as it's not in a certain somebody's hands or one of his lackeys. That's what matters.
Okay. I'm gonna address the awkwardness in the room. Is there? Excuse me. Does he have some kind of scrying, or is there some kind of law, or why is everyone afraid to say his name?
It's not exactly. I don't think it's exactly common knowledge, and
Yeah, the
Who,
king, the emperor doesn't want his name known to people, so search him out. Best to have just be on a need-to-know basis. I mean, you can
And
say Namek all you want. There's nothing taboo about saying Namek. Just that it's hard to
That's fair.
say. He picked a stupid name. I don't like his name.
nobody likes his name.
Did pick
kind of a
stupid
jerk.
Name.
But yeah, Xanathan, we've had personal history.
His own
He just
name was
kinda-
better.
What was his other name? His birth name, I should say.
Shouldn't have said that. I
Hmm.
should not have said that. That's not an issue. Nothing to worry about.
Sounds like something I should be worrying about, considering I'm trying to put him back in the ground permanently.
If it
Silo
becomes
pokes up. His
relevant
name's
or
not important.
it's not important.
The old person is dead now. His old name
Yeah.
means nothing.
I'm going to insight the both of them. This is new information for Victor.
Okay, yeah, roll for insight. Roll the deception.
Get it.
You know something's obviously up.
Like,
17.
I need Monster Man. Get his stats. Where's Monster Man?
Yeah, I've been saying trying. Woo!
Oh no.
Well, you can definitely tell, Nildeyr is trying to hold line about something here. What would his deception?
Just hoping for that clutch nat 20.
Yeah, you can tell I rolled for crap on him, but
Mhm.
that's not one of the things he's good at.
Both
You
just
can
looking
tell
brilliant.
they're both hiding something. Like they don't want to say this guy's actual name.
Victor just kind of does the frying narrowing of eyes.
Yeah, right.
Fine, I'll leave it to you, but I do want to know immediately when it's relevant. Oh, this Victor's taking this a little personally. Not lying, the lich.
Trust me when I say that the person who they once were is long dead, so it doesn't hold any relevance.
Still, if it comes up, I would like to know sooner than later. So he's not going to pressure for now, but later he might.
Will come again.
Yes, if it becomes relevant, I will inform you. I know the Emperor Edmund does not like people knowing that as well. So,
Yeah. Little
anyways,
thought bubble pops up. Victor will remember this.
go home and get some rest, guys. You clearly need a kind of patting mountain blood on the back of his back.
Ow,
Give
ow.
me a strength saving throw.
Me?
Yes.
Okay. Just gotta bring it back up again.
You are being patted on the back by a guy with what's his strength?
Swear to God, if I failed this, so help me.
Yes, with a plus 10 modifier to his strength.
That one.
Shut up, you. And Shazam. 14.
Yeah, he knocks you over.
God.
Oh, yeah, sorry, I probably shouldn't be that gung-ho because you're a little beat up. As he kind of puts you his hand to help you back up.
Clearly.
And as I told Edmund, we'll need to catch up at some point. It's been far too long.
Yeah, a little too hectic to do it right now. We just came back
Eventually.
from talking to another old friend of his about trying to get this figured out, so we just came back in. You heard me landing a little bit ago before, right?
Yeah.
Yep. Victor lies.
But eventually, we've got plenty of time. Famous last words.
Well, with that, I'm going to head to my chambers. You have a nice night, Nildeyr. Good scene. Glad to know you didn't die a horrible time explosion death.
And I'm glad to see that you're not rotting in the ground somewhere.
But he could be. He could be. After that slap.
Gonna take a lot to do that now. As he kind of walks off into down the hallway where you knew that where Urwit stayed when he lived here.
Mm. That was something. I'm getting a lot of blasts from the past today.
Now you know where there's 3 other chromatic dragons out, not chromatic, metallic dragons out there.
Yeah.
And 4 other chromatic.
Yeah. Fun times.
Sorry about that drink.
Yes. Drink good.
Well, you never technically got to eat your food at your back at the Canis Fortunae because you got dragged back here by Thurnicus. So maybe you should go back and get some food.
Yeah, that's exactly what's on the mind. On what Victor's hinting at.
Many people's minds right.
So anyway, that seems like a good place to end this session for the night as you go back to the guild house, grab some food, grab something to drink, and just relax to a job well done.